So I just finished working 19 days straight, and I only had one day that I worked less than 8 hours. When you are in a situation where you need to get money, how is it that you find the motivation to get up and get out there even when you are tired and exhausted and you would rather take a day off and have a break? How is it that you find the motivation to get up and do the things that you need to so that you can take care of all the things that you have coming your way and take care of all your obligations? And it's going to cause you to have to put some extra time and effort in to get the money out there that you need to get so that you can take care of those obligations. My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make semi-passive income. In today's video, I want to talk to you about the situation that I had. Maybe some of you guys and gals can relate to it. You know, maybe you're going through a little bit of tough times. We've had a real tough time, especially the last year. During COVID, we were just rolling in the money when it comes to food delivery, and people were making a lot of money doing whatever work that they did. And after COVID started to subside, we had a problem in that the prices on everything is just skyrocketing. The price that we pay at the pump is going up. The price that we pay to get our food is going up. If we want to do anything like traveling or going to see a movie or taking our significant other out on a date, or even going shopping for clothes and things like that, everything is just outrageously priced right now. So today I want to talk to you about what you can do during especially these times that we're going through so that you can make sure that you keep yourself motivated to get the money that you need. May was a really hard month for me financially. I had a very large bill that I had to pay my mechanic to get my car fixed. This was above and beyond my normal bills. I had a family member that needed some help, so I had to get some extra money so that I could help them. On top of that, my best friend that I haven't seen in 3 years was traveling north to come see their family, and I wanted to go see that friend, so I had to get some extra money so I could travel 3 hours and stay in a hotel overnight so I could spend a little time with my best friend that I hadn't seen in a long time. This on top of the bills that I already had with my house and my utilities and the groceries and the gas and paying off my debt that I'm working on paying off. I had so much money going out in May that it was just tremendously hard for me because I had to work literally every day for 19 days straight to get myself to a point where I took care of all of my obligations, and I was able to take a couple of days to go see my best friend. So how did I approach this, and how did I keep my motivation up when I was just doing nothing but working? There were days where I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I worked on YouTube. I went to work for 8, 9, 10 hours at my W-2, and then when I was done with that, I went out and did food delivery for 2 or 3 hours. There were literally days where I was working 15 or 16 hours just to make sure that I could take care of my obligations. You too might be in a situation where you've got a lot of things that you have to pay, and you have a lot of money that you need to make, and you might be quite exhausted right now because you are working so hard to get the things that you need to take care of you and your family. And what I gotta say about it is this, is for me personally, when I run into this type of situation, when I know that I'm coming up on a season in my life where I'm going to have to put in extra time and work my ass off to make ends meet, I really take a look at it as this. I have an end goal in mind. When I started my month of May knowing I had to work all the hours that I did because of what was coming up, I set up goals for myself. When I came into my situation, I took a look at the month overall. I took a look at what I needed to take care of for that month, and I broke it down into a goal. I knew when the things needed to be paid that I had coming up, so I took that monthly goal knowing what my outgoing needed to be, and I broke it down by the week. I literally took a look at what I had to pay each week, and that led me into my day. When I took a look at the week, I took a look at when the expenses were coming out for each week that was happening over the last few weeks, and I broke it down into even further, and I took a look at what my daily budget needed to be. So when I took a look at this situation, I started with the month. I knew what I had going out for the month, and then I broke it down by the week, and I took a look at what I needed to come up with each week to meet my obligations. You know, I normally had income, let's say in 1 week of, you know, $1,200 or $1,300. There was a week when I had to pay my $570 car bill to get my car repaired. You know, that was a $2,000 week for me. So when I took a look at that week, I knew what I had coming in with my W-2. I knew what I had coming in with my YouTube stuff, and the balance of it had to come from food delivery. So I literally broke it down on a daily basis so that I could know what I needed to do to get my obligations met and get out there and get the money that I needed. If you have an obligation to pay something, or you want to put money away for a little getaway like I did, the first thing you need to do is you need to lay yourself out a plan. You need to set up yourself a budget. You should already be using a budget anyway for your monthly expenses, so you know where you are. But if you have extra things coming up, set yourself up a budget. Take a look at the month as a whole and set up what your outgoing expenses are, so you know exactly what you need and when you need it. And then when you do that, you can break down that month into a weekly goal. You know on a specific week what you have to have coming out, and then you can even break it down further and go for daily goals. And this really helps you get motivated to get out there and get your money. If you know on this day I have to have this amount of money so that I can meet the obligations that I have for yourself. Also, keep your end game in mind the whole time. And what I mean by this is, I knew going into my month of May, my end goal was I was going to take 2 days off to get away, not worry about any obligations at all, and just go have a good time with my best friend. So when I hit this 3-week period where I had to work 19 days straight, when I started that week, I kept in my mind the end game and what I was going to get from working so hard during this 3-week period. So there's a couple of things that you can do when you need the motivation to get out there and get that money that you guys and gals need. And number one, set up a goal. Have it written down or on a spreadsheet so that you can keep track of where you are and you know what you have to do on a daily basis to get what you need. Also, reward yourself at the end of it. For me, it was getting away for a couple of days, but give yourself a reward at the end of it that you are striving to go for, so that you have a positive thing that you're working for, instead of just looking at as a negative thing, such as, I've got all this stuff that I have to pay and it's all just negative. Set yourself up a goal for the end of it so that you can reward yourself for doing the hard work that you have to do. Many of you know, if you've been on my channel for a long time, I am the sole breadwinner in my family. I work and take care of my family myself because my wife is here and we're working on getting her green card, but we're not quite there, almost at the end of that process, so everything falls on me. So the last couple of years, I've really had to set up goals for myself, and I've really had to set up, you know, my obligations that I've got to take care of every month and every week, so I keep myself motivated to get out there and what I need for my family and I. So So even if you are the sole breadwinner, even if you have a lot of things hitting you that you have to pay, set yourself up with some goals and set yourself up with a reward at the end of it so that you can be motivated to get out there and get your money. So I hope that my story today taught you a little bit and motivated you a little bit. We all run into situations, especially now with the price of everything, that we are struggling to make ends meet. You can make your ends meet and you can get what you need if you set yourself up with the motivation to get out there and get it. I want to talk to you about something that I use to take care of having some money stashed away in putting myself a little nest egg together for when I get older. And this is Stash. Stash is a great place that you can go if you don't have a lot of money to put away for savings. Stash is a great place that you can start little with $5 and open up your Stash account, and then you can put as little as $5 a month if you want to start building yourself up a little nest egg. There's a link down here in my description if you want to go get yourself a Stash account and start putting a little bit of money away for you and your family. And I would like to also ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. And finally, I want to leave you with, I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.